already, honey. I started since your first giant video. Yeah. We ain't got time to run through all of that. You gonna have to go and watch that. No. I haven't been in church since 2016 when I came here. I made it my safe haven, got prepared. We prepared, yes. And that's why I be trying to tell y'all it was so people thought I was being mean when I said these pastors is not gonna start telling you to get your stuff until it's too late. And I'm not saying it's too late, but what we was getting three we what we paid for stuff, we could have got three times what people can get right now, or double, or even quadruple some things. When I saw that some of the masks that we bought and the water straws are like what, $70 now, we was paying 30 between $32 and $39, or 38, 37. You know what I'm saying? In that 32 to 39, and now they set $70 for the same 5 straws. So where we could almost get 2 packs, they only getting one for double the money, or at least $30 more. You see what I'm saying? So we could have took that $30 back in 2022. Yeah, and bought 3 cans of our dehydrated blueberries, or a, or whatever, a milk and all of that kind of stuff. God told us in this very short amount of time, these things are not going to be in the stores. You need to buy these things. These things are going to go bad. You need to have them. And it is not one thing that God told us to buy that we don't see that is going to be something that we need. The portable showers, the soap nuts, learning how to make our own soap, dehydrating our own food, all of these different things, learning how to can, whatever it is. We took the time to invest in those things, and those, I said, are not expensive things. They are valuable things. And now you understand the difference between expensive and valuable, because we had people around us that were buying expensive things, blowing money, tricking off, doing whatever they was doing. And we was trying to tell them, you probably don't want to do that, because life is about to change real fast, real quick, in just a minute. You heard me? Hey, y'all. Okay? But they didn't listen. And they was like, I don't want to hear that. I'm not worried about it. But now that the world can't unsee the devastation that is going on in different places, even if you just say America and they wasn't listening, you have family members like, man, I don't want to hear that. You can't unsee Florida. You can't unsee South Carolina, North Carolina. You can't unsee Georgia. You can't unsee Tennessee. You have to see it. I don't care what social media, the regular news, you see it. And all of these people are saying, we can't take a shower, we can't cook, we're cold, we're outside, we don't have a covering, we lost everything. Even for the people that didn't, we without power, we without water, there's no sewage. God told us to get portable toilets. He told us to get buckets to carry. Come on out. Come on out now. Do you think these would be valuable right now? If you don't have running water, is this going to be a valuable thing? Who probably thought you was crazy for buying this a couple years ago? Think it was a waste of money now? My husband said, what do we need that for, when I bought mine? Portable shower. My wife did and still does. Same material of what you told us to get just a few days ago. Yeah. So understand this. You don't have to listen, but you should. And just because everybody else ain't saying it don't mean you shouldn't listen to it. You heard me? You still have a little, yeah, you got time to buy it. What I mean by too late is now everybody's buying it. See, we was buying it when wasn't nobody paying attention. Wasn't we, y'all? We was buying it when wasn't nobody thinking. Everybody was still doing big crab balls and going on big and spending money on Louboutins and stuff. We was buying it when folks wasn't even thinking about it. And that's, did we talk about it? I said we gonna let everybody tell them, but get your stuff. I said they not gonna hear it because they blowing big money. They doing whatever they want people to live their life. Just let them do it then, and you just keep getting your stuff. Interesting. Until I went through my took bag, and it has first aid kits, reflective tints, fish hooks, axe, your toolkit, hammer attached with a shovel. Come on, I'm outside ready. That part. I'll be right back. I gotta run to the bathroom, y'all. Hold on. Ooh, that ain't running, is it? It's kind of walking fast. So I ain't about to be on here long. I didn't drop one of them hoodies. I'm just grateful. If you haven't got your stuff, go get your stuff. It's a sacrifice that is gonna be worth every bit of every dime that you spend. I promise. You said that's when I was buying back then. I don't have everything, but I have enough. Okay. My dad is 82. He broke out the oil lamps. Right. This is the thing. We talked about having everything that you need that is manual coffee maker, manual grinder. Most people are so used to technology that they don't know how to do nothing, that you don't just push a button. Or they don't have anything at their house that's not electric. So if there's no power, how do you blend things? How do you, if you only have an electric stove, how do you cook? If there's a power outage and it's for 3 weeks, how do you do that? And there's no, people like, oh, propane and gas. Those are the first two things to go. Because do you want to have to stand in line for 8 hours to get gas of just enough, a couple gallons? What could you have been doing in that 8 hours if you were already prepared to make your life a little simpler in already a chaotic situation? What can you do now while things are freely moving and they're really restricted, but people don't, they're not really paying attention? You hear me? What can you do now? And like I said, it's scary for me because now the pastors are telling people when groceries are three times more expensive, people don't have as much money as they had. You know, this NC influencer has been out of power for 2 weeks. She was not prepared. I can see what I need to see. And if you have a lamp, it's in the thing, there you go. But if you don't, I can take this wherever I need to. I can use water to power this. Stay. Water and a towel. Could have saved her money and bought those, but paid electronics thousands of dollars to speed up the process. A drop of water. You see it? And if I don't have water, I can use myself. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it at Walmart. You can get it at Lowe's, Temu, wherever. Cute Tina Turner. Rolling, rolling, rolling on the river. Do, 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 do. It will have them kids running around. Scuff your feet on the floor. No, drag your feet like you always do. You hear me? Hurry up. Put some socks on and run around in the living room and make sure you don't pick your feet up. Parent been telling you to walk picking your feet up your whole life. Now you cannot pick your feet up. You gotta conduct electricity and charge the light bulbs. To those of you that are new here, we have 2 videos on YouTube. Survival and Survival 2.0. If you go to my YouTube, CERCA TROVA 22, go to the live tab, under the live tab, or just type in CERCA TROVA 22, Survival and Survival 2.0. It's 2 hours and some change, both of them. That part, Mari, hilarious. There's 2 videos where you can know what you need for you and your family. Now, of course, the amounts that you'll need for each family is different because everybody do differently. But the basic things like a way to clean yourself, a way to heat, a way to have light and things like that. Things that are essential for you being okay. A portable toilet just in case there's no running water. You don't want to be sitting with all that in your toilet and ain't nothing coming to flush it. So just basic needs. Um, Everybody keeps talking about how much food they had thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars worth of food in their freezers, right? Y'all heard that? Y'all watched that on the videos? Huh? You said y'all got me choking and crying over here. Hilarious. Did y'all? People was talking about ain't no power. Everything they gotta hurry up and cook their food, or it was gonna go bad. And how you gonna cook it if you ain't got no electricity? There's no propane gas. You can't leave your house to go get to no. That's why I've been learning to can meat. Come on, baby. Come on. That part. Dehydrated, something. Salted, something. Yep, and they have to cook all that meat before it goes bad. Did we talk about it? You said FEMA asked me to name my food. What do you mean? Well, you can't type their name, and now I didn't just said it. You can't type that, Nancy. You got to use a different thing because that brings them over here. Then they start FEMA in the FEMA. Oh, Jesus. Filter in the comments. Don't type that. CERCA TROVA 22. The same as this. We did talk about it. And this is why I've been screaming shelf stable food this whole time. Stuff like this. Dehydrated. I got meal replacement powder. Got to be able to defend the smells you're cooking. Yeah, well, this is the thing. You can make you a buddy and they won't be able to smell it at all. You got to think. I don't have to cook that. All I got to do is pour hot water on it. It don't got to boil or nothing. I'm going to boil my water, pour that in there, and it's going to hydrate. Or run some cool water on it, set it in, and then it's going to rehydrate. So if the water is hot enough, it's going to cook it. I'm just boiling water. That's it. Don't have enough funds to help people in that one place. Right. I don't got to cook nothing. And I got a solar oven. So you won't smell it. Like, if it come down to that, I got a solar oven. You ain't going to smell it anyway. If it come down to, I can't have no smoke or nothing. Do. You got that in my head, Mari. Every time I open this, I gotta be careful because I be doing it wrong. What you gonna smell? Because it's gonna be in here. Put that in there. Boom. Put it in the sun. Come on in the room. He thought of everything. I'm trying to tell you, he thought of everything. Oh, I was doing the movements of the guitar players in my room. You know what? I can't show the box because they're gonna flag me, but it's called the Go Sun. It's called the Go Sun. Now when I show products or whatever, I gotta be careful because they be tripping. Just go to Go Sun. They don't let me do it anymore. I guess if I don't sell it on TikTok Shop, I can't show it. And they have different sizes. That's like a personal one. They have ones for families and everything. I don't know how much they are now, but you're welcome. Yep. You said you got a propane stove. That's okay. We got lava rocks. We got more than one option to cook and heat water, y'all. We got lava rocks that you can put in the fire and then take them out of the fire and set them down. And you can put your pot right on top of them and cook. And they hold heat, depending on the ones you get, for a long time. Like 20, some of them up to 24 hours, some 38 hours. It just depends on what you get. If you've ever seen a lava rock grill, has anybody ever seen the electric grills that have the lava rocks in the bottom? And you turn the grill up, right? To whatever temperature, get the rocks hot and then turn them off and it'll cook unplugged. You don't even gotta have a heating element on. So if that does, and I had one on when I was, I didn't even, ooh, if I knew what I had, I would have kept it. I ended up messing that thing up. But my brother, I think, had got it for me, or I got it at the Goodwill. I can't remember. And yeah, you can so lava rocks, I could take them and put them down in a bucket. We'll put them on a fire in a pan or whatever, heat them up, and then if I need to heat up water, I could use it for that. Or like I said, I could take those lava rocks out, put them down, in a thing or whatever, and put my skillet right over it and cook. So there's a number of ways that you could do it. A small portable wood burning camping stove is going to be important. If you do get to like stay in your vehicle or you got a truck, or you can take your stuff to a campsite type place, that'll be a good deal. If you have a tent, because you can use a portable wood stove inside of a tent to keep it warm, to heat water, to cook, things like that. What happened? It's sad, the stories. But nephew, didn't we talk about it though? Did we talk about folks not being able to get the assistance that they needed? And you can't wait for them to do it? Is that not conversations we had over here? I Okay. JP, yes, you can do muffin pans with the tea lights, but that's only going to be temporary because candles run out very quickly. And if you can't carry around, I'm talking about for long term use, not just temporary. That's like a temporary fix. But what are you going to do when you can't find candles? What are you going to do when the stores are empty, or God forbid, like it's like back in the day in the depression and there's none of that stuff in the store? How will you do it then? Because people were down there trying to do that in Florida and other places, and the candles were all sold out. So you have to have another option. Massaging stones can be alternative if you can't get them. Don't know about putting them on the fire, but boiling them in hot water. They can stay hot and warm for a long time. Thank you. Massaging stones, too. One of my friends' power didn't come on till Tuesday. Thankfully, her parents have an RV. Okay. Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, you gotta have another option. You can't just, you know, because we're thinking that things are gonna be coming in. But once this stuff starts popping off, I ain't never really watched it. But for those of you that have, I tell people, what is it? The Walking Dead. I guess that's kind of like an apocalyptic type movie where things weren't moving and all of that kind of stuff. I haven't, I mean, show or whatever. I haven't really watched it. But from what everybody tells me, or when we talk about these things, the reference they give is The Walking Dead. So if you've ever seen it, whatever was going on with food and different things like that, you'll need to compare it to that. I'm hearing rumors about another and still doing cleanup here at home. Yep. You hear me? So if you've seen that, compare it to that. Okay? I don't know what else other shows to tell y'all because a lot of that stuff I don't watch, but you have to think worst case scenario that there's nothing in the stores, that it hasn't been anything in the stores for 6 months. So where do you get the things you need? How do you keep some level of normalcy when nothing is normal? That's going to be very important. Very, very, very important. Because people are assuming that things are just going to always continue to come in. But God forbid, well, I can't even God forbid because it's going to happen. Yep, yep, yep. We talked about it, Mr. Israel. We definitely did. We definitely did. We got to think of Little House on the Prairie days. Then we talk about it, Diane. Did we talk about it? Let me go make me some coffee, y'all. Didn't I tell y'all go back and watch Little House on the Prairie? In all of those movies, I asked y'all to go watch movies about the Great Depression. I wasn't joking. It was a reason. I heard. I heard. Category 7. Someone else came in here with telling us about that the other day, Michael. Yep. They putting it out there. You just gotta pay attention. I don't know. I'm just grateful that God told us. And I know y'all probably tired of talking about it, but it just seems like every single thing that it's I just, like I said, we ask everybody to start going to the food banks, folks. It's like turning their nose up. But if you hungry, I know you'd rather have a vegetable soup or some kind of canned something than nothing in the cabinets but dust. And that's the thing. Should we leave America? No, baby. You would want to know where you're at because this is going to happen worldwide. It's not just happening in America. It's going to be worldwide. There's going to be a one world leader, period. And everything is going to be the same in every country. It ain't going to do you no good. I'd rather be on my home turf than stuck somewhere. And now all of these rules is crazy. And I don't know they other rules or these rules. No, I'm going to stay right here. It said the people that was going to be going from the islands were going to go to the mainland. And the people that were on the mainland was going to be trying to run to the islands. Stay put and get your stuff together. Better have a mayo sandwich than no sandwich at all. That part. A syrup sandwich, butter sandwich, hell, bread. Bread. You hear me? And a lot of people, they don't want to think about it. Oh, I don't want to think about that. The worst time to think about it is when it's happening. Can I ask y'all a question? How often have we talked about that? And then I'm going to go. How often have we talked about the worst time to try to think about an emergency is when it's happening? And do you see now people are being forced, even the people that didn't get, and when I say this, I'm not talking about people that got their houses washed away and everything they own. I'm not talking about them. I'm not talking about the people that got to stay in their house. Maybe it flooded, but they can restore it, or they just was without power and it was trees down, stuff like that. But they actually got to be in their space without craziness. The fact that they waited until the thing was happening, when everybody's price gouging, everybody's pushing, everybody's already on 10, that is a dangerous time to be trying to worry about an emergency. You would definitely want to do it when nothing is happening. Yeah, you said, listen, just move from the islands back to America. Stay where you have a support system. That part. Thank you, Lisa. Almost every class, you make sure it's on our mind to prepare us. Listen. But do you want? Are you seeing it, nephew? Priorities over trying to make people you believe you live a certain life. Which would you rather have? Because it, like you said, it was a lot of creators. It was a lot of people that was in those situations, and maybe they didn't have to leave their house, but they ain't had power for 10 days. They ain't had power. They ain't had, the grocery stores is empty. Ain't no gas, whatever it is, and it's like kids is in the dark. They gotta go to the the one place where everybody is at to try to charge their phones and all of these different things. And there are simple things that they could have been doing in the last 2 years to avoid that. But people were not listening to the signs. People were not. They didn't care because it hadn't happened yet. And this is why I begged all of y'all to not be a "I believe it when I see it" type person. Because if you wait for that, you always gonna be a step behind. God knows I'm about priorities in the majority of my life. Yep. Yep. So with that, um, you know, I need y'all to be thinking, and you don't have to be paranoid and crazy, but you do have to be aware. You do need to make sure that you are going through your stash or looking at, okay, remember I told y'all, go through the house, turn out, thank you, turn out all the lights, unplug everything. What can you use if there's no power? Those people frustrate me because mainly my family. Oh, but listen, do y'all remember us doing this exercise? I said go through your house and unplug everything, and see what all you'll be able to use if there's no power. Who remembers us doing that exercise? Y'all remember we did that? Let me go get my coffee. There was a reason. And now people are literally looking around at all of those electronics and they're useless. They can't do nothing with it. All that stuff useless. All your cute little finger devices for the TikTok and TVs, all that stuff useless. You can't use the blender. You can't use, if it ain't manual, you can't do nothing with it. I really wish we all stayed in the same state sometimes. I've been needing folks to talk to about this. This part, you need to get on TikTok too, so you can connect with some people, nephew. We got a lot of people here where we at. It's a lot of us. It is. A good 20, 25, maybe even more than that. Because some of the people in the class, and they just don't say where they from, but it's a group here too, where we at. It is. You said anyone in the Bronx? We do have some people in the Bronx. We do. We got people pretty much in every state, and except for like, what is it? South Korea, where they crazy? Is it South Korea? Where they just like a dictatorship, or is it North? Whichever one. We might not have nobody there, but every other continent and every other whatever, we have somebody. We have people that are in Israel. We got people that are in Bangladesh. We got people that's in Johannesburg and all kinds of places. Ethiopia, literally Japan, all kinds of stuff. Yeah. Aw. Aw. Well, thank you. Yeah. So we ask you if been get with the folks, because if your family don't believe you, I hate to say it, I be thinking they'll turn me in. Cause if you not listening to me and but you seeing it happen, and they be like, you can get a sandwich if you tell us where the people this whatever is, I don't trust them. I'm for real. And people like, that's mean to say. I don't give a damn. When you hungry, you will do a lot of different stuff. And it said at the end, mamas was gonna be against daughters, and whoever else. So sons and fathers and all of this and that. But these things can be avoided. And it's already people in our community that they family is trying to lay guilt trips on them. It was people that was in some of the places that were hit by the hurricanes and the tornadoes and stuff, and they was already trying to put guilt trips on the people that's here. And we literally talked about that. I said they're gonna try to guilt you and be like, I can't believe you let me and my kids be in the dark. I can't believe you let your kids be in the dark. Because I sent you the list, I sent you the video. I kept telling you probably want to get you some this or that. If you don't want to get nothing else, get some light bulbs. You'll never try to get to put this back on me when I've been telling you. You allowed your children to be in the dark. You allowed your babies to be hungry because it wasn't important to you. You can't tell me that God didn't warn you. I know he did, because I sent the stuff to you. And it was conspiracy theorist stuff. It was, oh, I believe it when I see it. Okay, well, you seeing it and you living it. That sucks. Because 2020 should have told everybody you should never get caught slipping. If 2020 didn't prepare you for making sure that you got a month to 2 months of everything you need in your crib, I don't know what will. And see, people are thinking that if something like that happens again, it's going to be like that. It's not. Ain't no money to give out. And people messed that up by committing fraud and all kind of crazy stuff during 2020. So there's that. Messed that all up. So folks, even if they do have something, it ain't gonna be like that. Because so many people were doing things they didn't have. So you messed it up for this next go round. My Texas fam still haven't bought anything, but be turning up every weekend. Listen. Do it blow your mind? It blow your mind? I'm trying to tell you, boy, they be, look, turning all the way up. That's all right. Let them do it. Yeah, it's a real thing. With all that's going on, they still doing it. Still planning vacations. Still, I mean, it's crazy. I don't know. But I told y'all they was going to do it, and they doing all of it. The pastors is doing it. They waited until the last minute to tell you hurry up and get your stuff when everything is too expensive. God told us. He literally gave us the playbook of how this was going. We talked about the beings walking around that you didn't know was here. Now they talking about that. We talked about all of it. Oh my God, yes, didn't have the nerve to complain and cry. I'll be like, man, bye, listen. 5 wise and 5 foolish just sounding real good right now, don't it? Hmm. Y'all probably thought I was crazy before I said you better go read that 5 wise and 5 foolish story. Get your heart together, because they could have been like, okay, we gonna give you half of it. You knew and you didn't. So I just want to know what that got to do with me. Well, that's mean. Well, you didn't read the you didn't you didn't read the 5 wise and the 5 foolish, did you? You said 2020 caught me slipping and sliding, boy. Then I found you and still slipping and sliding. Well, don't claim that no more. You on your stuff now. Say that. Yeah. Say I'm on my stuff instead of slipping and sliding, because this ain't the time to slip and slide, babe. Seriously. This is the worst time to be trying to slip and slide. I listen. There are so many people here that put themselves on a very strict budget for over 2 years. They didn't eat out. They quit getting their hair done, nails done. Husbands was cutting the boys' hair, or they locked up. Um, every extra bit of money they got, they was spending it on stuff that if there's nothing in the store, or if there's no heat, if there's no this or that, no refrigeration, people put themselves on a very strict diet. They canceled very expensive vacations. Didn't have Christmas almost like 2 years in a row. I'm guessing a lot of people didn't buy Christmas gifts and do that thing. They didn't travel for Thanksgiving. They stayed at home and cooked. Like, I make it work with very little. You can do it. Come on, Kenya. 10 toes down, no sliding. This ain't no ice rink. This part right now. And it's crazy because people like, I wouldn't be doing that good. You not me. Why I do what I'm doing have anything to do with what you would or wouldn't do? We ain't talking about you. But we also ain't gonna be talking about you when you telling me whatever is going on and you don't have what you need. You know why we won't be talking about it? Because there ain't gonna be no cell service. Code red. Code red. Ain't no internet. Code red. Ain't no cell phone service. Code red. You gonna need a radio. Code red. CB radio. Long range walkie talkie. Something. That's why you won't be talking to me about it, because you ain't gonna be able to talk to nobody. Says the people that's in parts of South Carolina where there's still no cell service, still no electricity, and nothing else. No running water, no sewage, or nothing. Right or wrong? You won't be able to talk to me about it. You won't be able to tell me that your babies are cold. You won't be able to tell me nothing, because once this stuff start popping off, it ain't gonna stop. You said pays to be a radio operator. Come on now. Are these all things that we talked about? Did we talk about no phone service? Did we talk about not being able to get on the highway, because that's the first thing everybody do is jump on the highway, and they take the most traveled roads by everybody, and to get around that, to detour around that, what did we buy? Hmm. We bought road atlases. We bought road maps. We bought road atlases. That's what we bought. So that we didn't even have to get on the highways, or we could find a different way around the way everybody else was going to take. Auntie, did you see that video saying next time, cousins? Something. I didn't, but I believe it. We didn't talk about it. I'm trying to tell you. You hear me? So, how many of you saw the lines and lines and lines of people on those highways trying to evacuate? It was some people that said it took them 20 hours to get out of the state of Florida. Did y'all see it? Okay. So did our class pop up off the page? Lines of people and no gas. Okay. Did our class pop up and gas stations ran out of gas too? Did our class pop up off the page, or the million times y'all done heard me say it ain't gonna be no gas? And have I not argued with people in here about that? All the things that had me super angry, do y'all see that they was all gonna be a reality? And I was like, why are you doing this to people? You don't want them to be prepared. Get out of my class. It's not gonna be no gas. It's gonna be people trying to get out. You need a road atlas. So I would be arguing with people, and every single thing that we talked about has been a reality in the news. You can go look at it now, and it's mind blowing to me. I guess because I'm a wounded man, I don't know nothing. Highway packed like sardines. Okay. Okay. Yeah, people was taking back roads. And it was no cars. Driving just like they was regular. Sure did. People took back roads. People took other highways. They might have had to go around a little bit, but they didn't have to sit and be going 2 miles an hour for 20 hours. Worrying about if they was gonna run out of gas, can't go to the bathroom. Sure did. Sure did. And they found other ways into Georgia and everything else. Sure did. They did. You said people talked about how they had to stay because they couldn't afford to go. Yeah, I get it. But it was also a lot of them. You said when I saw that, look, they're doing exactly what CERCA said not to do, heading to the highway. I told you that's the worst place to go. I bet you a lot of the people that you saw had all of the latest things. It's a lot of people, baby, that was riding around clicking their nails and hair was whipped and they had the freshest fits on, baby. Kids was laced. We don't where I know where your money went. I know where it went. I could see it. When you sitting in your bed and you sitting there, I could see where the money went. And if I go back through your timeline, I can see when you spent it. And what you spend it on. You hear me? Literally. I can see a lot of it. No, thank you. I can see a lot of it. And it's sad because people blew probably thousands of dollars on challenges for TikTok with food, and you see everybody else making it. Now you gonna make it, or I couldn't help but buy this little thing, or whatever it was. And none of those things were valuable during this time. Cue music, doo 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 doo. Inspector Gadget. That part. That part. You hear me? Think about it. All of those TikTok and Temu and none of them purchases was worth a damn during this time when you didn't have no lights. And the pretty mirrors that light up, the LED mirrors that the folks spent $300 on, $250 on. You hear me? So, valuable versus expensive, or trying to make people believe you live a certain way or really live in a certain way. Those are the things that I teach here. Because what was valuable was something like this, not LED lights. Instead of the beautiful shower head that everybody was selling, this would have been more valuable than that. No? Every time you turn around, somebody was showing you the big shower head and then showing you the thing where they could clean up and do whatever they need to do and showing you all the different. But if ain't no running water, can you use it? Can you? But you can use this. When you live in a tropical area that's prone to hurricanes, how can you not be prepared? I don't know. Well, first of all, don't nobody tell me what to do. Welcome to my channel. We use our manners. Can you please tell me, or could you direct me? CERCA TROVA 22 survival video. It'll take you through that on YouTube under the live tab. CERCA TROVA 22. CERCA TROVA 22 under the live tab. Yes, I'm not going to go through all of the things that you need here, but I have 2 recorded videos that'll take you through and show you your most basic needs on YouTube under my live tab. Or you can just go to Google and type in CERCA TROVA 22 survival and then survival 2.0. Both videos are about 2 hours. And yes, I'm talking crazy there because at this time people still didn't believe none of this stuff was gonna happen. So I had to stop and like cuss people out for a minute and then get back to it. This is, because they were in 22. So I've gotten over that, and I'll just be like, I don't care. But just fast forward and get all of the things. Screenshot that stuff and make your list. You hear me? People are preparing for a carnival. They're not even sure if they're going this part. That part. You're welcome. You're welcome. I'll tell you this. I'm grateful. And I started telling y'all when y'all was buying y'all stuff. I said, listen, I don't think this stuff is going to be very important right now, but the sacrifices that you are making are going to be huge a little bit later. You heard me? They're going to be huge, and you're going to be so grateful that you stopped wasting money on things that were temporal, and you started buying some things of value. Not expensive things, but things of value, So, you hear me? So, I'm grateful to our family members and even those that you sent out stuff to help other people, because we didn't just think about ourselves. We bought survival stuff for other people when we could, or if God blessed us to get something on sale, we sent it over there. But now people are going to be like, I can't believe, well, you said you didn't believe what was going on, and now that it's happening, you are mad at me because you can't believe that I'm not going to part with my things. But you you decided what was more important to you. You decided what was more valuable to you, to turn up, to make people think you believe living this life, and it didn't do you no good. Period. All I'm thinking of is have for a place. Yeah. Why do y'all even speak that stuff? How many times I told y'all don't talk about that? You speaking that into your life. I don't have. God can put some angels outside my door. Y'all keep on. I'm not gonna talk about any of that. Why are you speaking that? This? That's why I be rolling my eyes when y'all say that. The devil wants you to say that you're gonna have to do that. I'm not claiming none of that. God did not allow me to do everything that I did to allow somebody to come in here and just do whatever they want to do. And y'all be speaking that crazy stuff. I'm praying that God gonna make it look like ain't nobody even around here. It doesn't matter. Nobody around me is preparing either. But why would you speak that over your life? We just talked about that. I don't know. I love you. I won't be speaking none of that over my life. If he can turn on Sarah's lights and she's the only one on her block with lights and nobody else got lights unless they got a generator, if he can secure people's houses and they didn't get no flooding when everything around them is tore up, they didn't get no tree. I mean, y'all gotta see. Yeah, I can't. No, I won't be speaking about the things I don't want to see. I'm not talking about. He can do whatever he want. He just showed y'all. How many people came in here and said I was in the eye of the storm? Everybody around me is flooded. I didn't got no damage. Didn't know my yard wasn't messed up. Our lights stayed on. Everybody else's lights was off. It's been miracle after miracle, baby. What do you believe? He can do whatever you ask, and he already know. I ain't about to stay here, but he already know what I need. He already know. He already know. He can do whatever he wants to. He can make it look like the lights ain't on. He can make it look like whatever he want. But it's whatever you gonna speak. It was people that came in here and said they wasn't gonna have enough money to get their stuff. Is that still your same story? No. People came in here and said, "Oh, I can't afford it." I said, "Well, if you say you can't, you can't." If you say I can't afford to get this survival stuff, then you won't be able to. But if you tell God, thank you for getting me my survival stuff and sending the finances, then that'll happen. How many of you said that when you first came here, didn't think you was gonna do it, and you was able to do it, whether you have a job or not? Thank you. How many? Because a lot of y'all said when y'all first came here that you couldn't afford it, and I said, I'm not gonna speak like that. You speak that over your life. But you got your stuff 2 years later, whether you was working, whether they cut your stamps, cut your hours, lost your job, had to move, got divorced. Do you have your stuff? So that's why when people come in here and they say what they can't, I just roll my eyes at them, because I started prepping when I was only getting a little bit of money every month when I was still with my ex-husband, and God stretched that money. So I don't be taking none of that. You said my family was knocked out during the storm. All was good in my home, but my friends not so much. I told you. We had so many people coming here and was like, we was then I'm about to go for real. What killed me, that part, Bill. That part. What killed me is the pettiness of our family members over here that said they was waiting for the lights to go out for their moment to shine. Literally. Because they knew everybody else in the neighborhood didn't have no lights. And so they was just walking around in their house with the blinds open and stuff. Because as soon as the power went out, their emergency lights kicked on. I said, y'all petty. Because y'all know that everybody else in the neighborhood is sitting in the dark. Everybody was like, yep, I couldn't wait for the power to go out. Hold up, wait a minute. Not that you excited for the power to go out so your emergency lights can kick on. Kids walking around with their rechargeable DVDs and stuff, watching movies. Everybody got their headphones on because they charged them. Somebody, they could see the steam cooking in the kitchen. I said, y'all petty. Petty. But hopefully they learned. Because a lot of people said, yeah, our life didn't really change that much. We had everything we needed in here, so we just kept on moving. We was cool. You hear me? And I told y'all that was going to be the case. I said, y'all going to be the only one on the block with what you need. Watch. And too many times this has been the story. And even before now, when the blackouts was happening in other places during the winter time and whatever else, folks had what they needed. So there's that. There's that. Yeah. Yeah. Petty. That's y'all family members doing that mess. Talking about this my moment to shine. Yeah. You said, I got what I need and looking for more. Thanks, Dad. I'm trying to tell you. But could y'all imagine? The winds is blowing outside. The rains is coming down. The water is rushing. And our crazy tail family members is waiting. The lights flickering. They're like, okay, they about to go out. Okay, now they back on. Okay, no, they didn't want that. Now they're back on. Dang, come on. Like, not mad because they won't go all the way out and stay out. So you checking the neighbor's house to see what's going on. You're petty. You hear me? Mari, listen. I can see it. I can see y'all because y'all just as petty as y'all want to be. I can see it being a thing. Thank you so much. It's probably oil, girl. I might have ate something greasy. Q John Legend, green light, switch lyrics, give them a flashlight. Ah, petty. Give them you are petty. Good night, Auntie Sleep Well. Hopefully you don't drink too much so you can rest. I love you. I love you too, nephew. I love y'all. I'm about to go too because I gotta finish working. I was in there doing our year-end stuff. I had to print so many documents today. I said, this is ridiculous. HP said, yeah, you're over your limit. Just run my stuff, please. I can't wait to tell people. I ain't got it. You know what? Petty. Nah, my block's power went out last week. I ran from my solar generator. Hilarious. You couldn't wait to have your moment, huh? And go. Y'all so petty. I love it. You said, rather myself not have to show the neighbors I was good and prepared. It's okay. That might be for you. But other people was trying to show their neighbors you need to get something. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got their own way. But it was funny to us. You know? Hilarious, as a matter of fact. I was waiting it on like it was their moment on Broadway. Because they've been telling all their neighbors to get ready and nobody listens. So I get it. You said, yep. I said, I'm glad I charged myself. I told y'all, keep the charge, girl. I hear what you saying, but if you've been warning your neighbors and they looking out the windows and they seeing that your stuff is good, they might come over and ask you, what all, not what all should you have, but what should they get? Which means you could save another little kid from being scared or a parent from being destitute to where they don't have to go out in the chaos. So that's why we do what we do, Anyway, I love y'all. I'm about to go, for real. I got work to do, and I'll talk to y'all all night, and that's not good. We did a whole hour. We weren't supposed to be on here 10 minutes. So you don't know this, but right over there under that space right there, it says seek and you shall find. We don't hand out information here. You have to go looking for CERCA TROVA 22 survival video. Go to YouTube. That's it. That's all. I won't be listing everything. So you'll have to go do, it's right, you can find it. CERCA TROVA 22 on YouTube, and then type in survival. The video will come up. It will. Just gotta look. At this place, we ain't just handing out information. We encourage you to look because you have to. It's gonna be important for your survival. Sorry. Good night, y'all. Not your nephew finish your words. Hilarious. Tell him it's time for him to go sleep. What is he doing up? No, I'm just playing. Say, hey nephew. Yeah. I'm about to go to I ain't about to go to sleep. I got work to do. But filing and all of that. So I'm about to turn on my music. But I love y'all. And I just wanted to show y'all why y'all need to be super careful about what you say. Hopefully some of y'all was in here. Good night, everybody.